friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Tori, and today I'm going to swerve a little bit into, that was a really weird way of saying swerve. I started watching K-dramas a little over a year ago in about June of 2021, and since then I have watched 30 K-dramas. I was going through some stuff, okay? So I watched 30 K-dramas in 1 year. So I'm gonna be speed ranking all 30 K-dramas from number 30 all the way up to number 1, my absolute favorite TV show now of all time. Give about 1 to 2 sentences on each one. This is going to be largely spoiler free, although I will warn you, I am going to be telling you what I thought of the ending of quite a few of these, because that was definitely a factor in where they ended up on the list. So if you don't want to know anything, that's there. But just so you know, I'm not going to be spoiling any of the plot or major twists or anything like that. It's literally going to be a couple sentences of what I thought of each drama and what number on the list it is. Really briefly, while this last year has been my first foray into the world of Korean dramas specifically, I am not necessarily a stranger to Asian TV and storytelling in general. I've been a huge anime fan most of my life. Some of my absolute favorite storytelling has come out of Asian art. Rurouni Kenshin is a great example of that, and that I have several videos on Kenshin and anime on my channel, so feel free to check those out if you're also into anime. But today it's all about K-dramas. Feel free to rant, rave, etc. in the comments about any of these dramas. I would love to hear your opinions on them. And with that, I'm gonna put in a very brief disclaimer. This is a very subjective list. So I watch K-dramas from the perspective of someone who is a writer, author, very avid character obsessionist. So for me, this list might look a lot different than somebody who expects something else out of K-dramas. When I come into a K-drama, I want to be emotionally wrecked, I want to have great storytelling, and I want to have deep, layered characters. So with that being said, if you totally disagree with my opinion on any of these K-dramas, that is totally okay, because everyone's different and all of that jazz. So without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at the very bottom of my experience watching K-dramas this year was number 30, and that is Nevertheless. Now I know that this is a darling for a lot of K-drama romance watchers. First of all, I'm very picky about romance in general, and I think it is very poorly done more often than it is well done, and that is definitely the case with Nevertheless. There's only 10 episodes in this drama, but the character relationships were so incredibly toxic that I couldn't handle it. Number 29 is Korean Odyssey. Now this one was a really tough one for me to put at the bottom of the list, because Lee Seung-gi, who plays the main character of this drama, is one of my favorite Korean actors. He's phenomenal, and I love some of his other work. This particular drama suffered from great potential without the follow-through. They had an amazing concept, it's a fantasy, and there were so many different ways they could have taken this that would have made it exciting and cool, and the climax at the end would have been amazing, but they didn't. They repeated a lot of the story arcs throughout the show, so it just kind of ended up feeling like we were watching the same thing over and over and over again for 20 episodes, and the ending was incredibly anticlimactic, which was so disappointing. So this one honestly is in the spot it's in just for disappointment factor, because the potential here was great. Number 28 is Itaewon Class, and again, I am just waiting for the comments on this, because I know that this is another darling of a lot of the K-drama community. Itaewon Class is heavily lauded as a lot of people's favorite K-drama ever. Now, for me, again, I love Park Seo-joon, and I think he's an incredible actor, and most of my frustration with this drama had nothing to do with Park Seo-joon. Actually, it was the female characters in this drama are just, I wanted to rip my hair out. We have like the manic pixie dream girl main character, and then we have the side chick who Seo-joon knew as a childhood friend, and both of these women drove me nuts the entire drama, to the point that I could not stand the entire thing. The ending made me so angry, and the main character female, I am all about a girl boss, but this was not it. She was horrifically toxic. There was just so much ridiculousness going on in this drama. I could not handle it at all. And some of the other characters that I did enjoy just got so overshadowed by the toxicity of the main female leads. Number 27, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? Now, Secretary Kim, in my opinion, is only this far down the list because I am not an office romance person. That is not my genre. I'm not a fan of it. And I watched this because it was a favorite of one of my friends. And again, she has different tastes in K-dramas than I do. And so I can see where someone who loves a good office romance with a good heart and a little bit of tragedy in the background would love this drama. For me, I had an issue with the fact that they brought mental health in as a main theme in the beginning of the drama, and then they decided to do that thing that they do where they just kind of drop it as soon as the romance blossoms because it's not interesting anymore. That really bothered me, and I felt like overall this just kind of dragged a little bit in pace for me. That might be my ADHD talking, but in general, this just was one of those dramas where I watched it, I've seen it, and it just really didn't do anything for me. Taking a major downturn from What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, we're gonna go to number 26 on this list, which is DP. Now, this is a very short drama that I'm guessing a lot of people haven't actually seen. It stars Jung Hae-in, who plays a young man who goes into the military and discovers all sorts of horrible corruption and abuse that happens in it. It's only 6 episodes long, but let me tell you, this is a heavy drama, and there's a huge trigger warning on this drama for anyone who is watching this video. Do not watch this drama unless you are very prepared for what you're going to see in it. Do a little bit of research beforehand if that's something that's going to bother you. There's a lot of very strong abuse themes in this. It's very dark. Overall, I actually thought that the theme of the story was really powerful and they did a really good job. I think where it really fell flat for me was I didn't feel like they gave it enough time to build, and I also feel like it kind of got a little bit excessive in a few spots. And that's not to say that this is not a very important topic to talk about, and this is not saying anything like that. I just felt like the drama itself could have addressed the topic in a little bit better way. All right, this is another one that's probably going to raise some eyebrows. I'm going to put in my 25th spot Squid Game, which was the K-drama that everyone knew about. Even people who didn't watch K-dramas knew about Squid Game. Squid Game has been everywhere for the last couple of years. It was huge. It's like a bloody, gory adult version of the Hunger Games, and there are so many really fascinating themes in this drama about humanity and greed and what people will do for money and poverty and all of those things, which are all great themes. For me specifically, I felt like I didn't connect as heavily with the characters as I would have wanted to, and this one for me is more of a concept-driven drama than a character-driven drama. There were a couple characters that I really loved, but I just felt like this drama did not connect with me as much as I would have wanted it to, and of course, at the end, I was very frustrated and I didn't really care about the story anymore, but in general, I just felt like this drama was incredibly overhyped and I wasn't completely in love with it, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Coming in my number 24 spot, and like some of these I will say can be kind of interchangeable. Like this one I could interchange easily with Squid Game. It's fine. Number 24 is Bride of Habaek, which is a adorable little fantasy romance about a water god who comes back to Earth and loses his powers and meets up with a woman who's supposed to be his sworn servant, and she missed the memo. Okay, so it's cute. There's a lot of like tongue-in-cheek moments with it, and there's a lot of kind of gives you like Thor vibes from Marvel, where he comes to Earth and he has no idea what being a human is like, and so he makes a lot of faux pas and he's expecting a lot of things that aren't going to happen. So in that way, for anybody who's looking for a really lighthearted romance drama, Bride of Habaek is definitely worth a watch if you want something light. It also stars Nam Joo-hyuk, who is an amazing actor, and he's one of my favorite actors from one of my favorite K-dramas that I'll be mentioning way later on in this list. But overall, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. In the number 23 spot, I put my first love, which also stars a actor from one of my favorite K-dramas, and that is Jisoo. My First Love is a very cute romance of kind of childhood friends to lovers theme, and it is very cute. The side characters are very precious and really add a lot of vibrancy to the main cast. I thought in general this is probably one of my favorite like pure romance K-dramas that I saw this year. And it was just very cute. There's a lot of sweet moments in it, a lot of heartwarming, very wholesome kind of relationships, a lot of coming of age themes and what it means to be friends versus lovers. And I just thought it was a very cute drama. Coming in the number 22 spot is Kill Me, Heal Me. Now this drama stars Ji-sung, who is one of my top actors. He is incredibly talented. This drama was a little bit of a kind of a case study for me because it deals with a character that has dissociative identity disorder, and I was very curious to see how they were going to portray that in the K-drama. Now, as a brief aside, I am actually formally diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, which is part of the reason why I really wanted to watch this drama and see how they were portraying it. Overall, I think that the acting in this drama was phenomenal. Ji-sung did an incredible job, and there were so many moments that I related to and are definitely like, they kind of got it at 50-50, I would say. There were a lot of things where I was like, yep, that's absolutely accurate. Sensationalized perhaps, but accurate. And then there were just so many other things that were so not correct between the psychology of everything and the way that certain characters were responding to things. And I just felt like it was frustrating because while I expected it to be sensationalized, I was hoping that the accuracy would be a little bit better. But with the way that the general media has been treating mental health disorders for ages, this is not new. I mean, I'm used to things like Split and everything else, so this really wasn't a surprise to me, and I thought Ji-sung did a great job acting the character that he did, characters. But overall, I would be very careful because I have seen people say that they look at this as a like, oh, now I know what DID is like. So be careful with that because there are a lot of things that this drama really sensationalized and got horribly wrong. Number 21 is actually, I'm kind of sneaking it in here as a bit of a cheat. This is a Japanese drama called Alice in Borderland. Now this drama I watched back to back with Squid Game because the synopsis was actually kind of similar. This group of friends gets trapped in this like game world, and it's kind of a Hunger Games free-for-all, and you die very easily. And it was kind of what I was missing from Squid Game. So this one, where I feel Squid Game was more concept-driven, Alice in Borderland felt more character-driven. There's kind of a motley crew of friends right away in the beginning, and that really drew me in, and I just felt like overall the stakes felt more like tangible, I guess. It's a little bit more conceptual as far as the plot goes, and I do think that the plot was not as strong towards the second half of the season. I do think they were planning on making a second season. If they do, I'll definitely watch it. But there were some characters in this drama that I just loved so much, and the kind of anti-hero vibes in this one are way higher, which is probably why it's higher on this list than Squid Game. However, I will say, if you loved Squid Game and you're looking for something else that has kind of a similar vibe, definitely check this one out because I think you would really enjoy it. Number 20 on my list is True Beauty, starring Eunwoo from the K-pop group Astro. Now, True Beauty is on this list. I wouldn't say it's as strong as far as the plot. The acting is actually quite good. I was very proud of Eunwoo, and I thought the other male lead, In-hyup, did a great job as well, and Ga-young, who is an incredible actress, they all did a really great job in this drama. It's definitely a little bit fluffy in some parts, and by a little bit I mean kind of a lot of it. So just expect that going into it, but one of the things that I really loved about this drama is it had such a beautiful heart and soul. I thought the two male leads in this drama did a great job of playing very strong contrast characters to each other, and there were very strong broken friendship themes in this, and also they tackled a really important issue, and that is the treatment of idols and celebrities within Korea, but just in general, but especially in Korea, where they're under a lot of pressure, and if they get turned on by society / the internet, it can have very devastating consequences. I think I was just really proud of them for taking on a topic like this and for really portraying it in a way that I felt like was very impactful. Whew! I need a drink. I got through 20 K-dramas in less than 20 minutes, guys. Okay, moving on to number 19 in my list. That is going to be Lawless Lawyer, starring the one and only Lee Joon-gi, who is one of my top 3 Korean actors. I absolutely love him. This man is brilliant. If you love a really deep, nuanced actor, you need to check out his work. Lawless Lawyer basically tells the story of a young man who is kind of on a revenge kick, and he becomes a lawyer, and he comes back to the place where everything went wrong in his childhood to try to bring some justice to the world, and meets kind of a motley crew of supporters along the way. And there's a little bit of a romance in here that I actually found really tastefully done. It wasn't over the top, and it didn't take over the rest of the story. But all in all, this was just a really solid lawyer drama, honestly, and Lee Joon-gi is in it, which makes it even better. There's some really fantastic action scenes in it, which is something that Joon-gi is known for, and I really appreciated generally the pacing of it. Kept going at a pretty good clip throughout the drama. So yeah, if you like lawyer / law / action, partially gangster stories, check out Lawless Lawyer. Number 17 is Tomorrow, and this is one of the more recent K-dramas that I have watched. The concept for this drama is so good, you guys. It is so good. I really like several of the actors in it. I have seen in other things and really liked them. Now, the Grim Reapers that are our main characters in this drama specifically deal with people who are about to take their own life. Now, this drama had me in tears so many times because they were not afraid to deal with really tough topics of things that lead people to that kind of desperation and pain, but they handled it in such a wholesome and beautiful way, and they really did a good job, I think, handling a lot of these different mental health disorders and trauma. For me, the reason that it's not higher on my list is because the ending to me fell really flat. It was kind of building up to this really climactic backstory of some of the main characters, and to me, I wanted to see more chemistry than I did, and there were some things where I felt like it just wasn't enough. It didn't give the punch at the end that I really wanted it to. Coming in at the number 16 spot is The King Eternal Monarch. Now, I think I said that correctly. I have said it every possible which way since I watched it. Now, this is the first drama that features my absolute favorite actor on the entire planet, and that is Woo Do-won, and he is a side character in this drama and just absolutely steals the show. But the main actor in this is Lee Min-ho, and you guys might know him from the classic drama Boys Over Flowers, which we're not going to talk about. But let's just say that I think that this drama was a much better example of Lee Min-ho's acting. He and Do-won did a great job. They have a little bromance kind of thing in this drama that I absolutely loved. This one is like kind of a light fantasy theme. It takes place in 2 separate realms. There's the Korea that we know today, and then there is a Korea in a different dimension that is ruled by a monarchy. And what happens when things start intercrossing between those 2 realms, and there's a revenge story. It's a lot of coming of age and learning how to be a king and trying to fill that role. There's just a lot of great themes in this. It does get a little bit slow in a couple of parts in this drama, but overall I feel like the acting in this drama is very good. And a lot of the relationships in this drama were really well done. The fantasy aspect is very fun. Overall, just a really fun drama, but I'm not gonna lie, the reason it is as high as it is because of Do-won's character in this drama. He did an incredible job, and I just absolutely love him. Number 15 is the first K-drama I ever watched, and that is Hwarang, which is the story of a bunch of young swordsmen who are trained to be the personal bodyguard of a hidden king. Now, this drama had some big names in it. You've got Park Hyun-sik, you've got Park Seo-joon, I'm forgetting, Go Ara is in this. There are several really big names in this. Kim Tae-young from BTS is in this and did an incredible job. There's just a lot of really, really strong actors in this drama. This one, again, is one of those dramas that just has so many great, wholesome moments in it. There's some good action scenes. There's a lot of bromance in this that is just phenomenal. I love it all. Strong friendship themes, loyalty, and kind of the difference between noble and commoner classes. Love this, and I highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys historical dramas with great friendship themes. Number 14 is Move to Heaven. Now, this one was one that I kind of watched on a whim on Netflix, and it's the story of a young man whose father passes away. I'm not spoiling anything. It's literally in like the first 10 minutes of the episode. And he is on the autism spectrum, and it is his job now to take over his father's business of forensic cleaning. So he basically goes into homes that have had someone die in them and cleans up afterwards, or goes to someone's home after they've died and organizes everything for the family, which has always kind of been a fascinating occupation to me. And I thought that this drama really did a great job, first of all, with several different things. The main character is so well done. He's amazing. You just absolutely love him from the start and really like respect how his character is walking through this and grieving and trying to go through owning a business and dealing with his uncle who suddenly shows up to be his guardian and is like complete opposite from him. This drama to me was so wholesome and just had some incredibly beautiful, really thought-provoking moments. If you're looking for a drama that's really going to make you stop and ponder and have some great wholesome characters in it, it's an amazing little drama, and I really, really loved it. There's a lot of dramas, you guys. In the number 13 spot, I'm putting an older drama called 2 Weeks. This one is another Lee Joon-gi drama, and this one is so action-packed and tense all the way through. I absolutely loved it. It follows the story of a man who is on the run from the law and also from a gangster mob at the same time. He discovers that he's a father through all of this, and suddenly more than just his life is on the line, and he now has to protect his daughter, and there's a lot of life or death. There's a lot of really phenomenal, great themes of family and what it means to be someone's parent. Joon-gi did a phenomenal job. It is action-packed, as you might imagine, because he is on the run pretty much the entire drama, and it's just very, very good. I think it was filmed in like 2014 or something like that, 15 maybe. But overall, just a really, really great action drama with a lot of heart. Coming in the number 12 spot is Gu Family Book, which stars Lee Seung-gi again, who you'll remember from Korean Odyssey. Lee Seung-gi, this is my favorite drama I've seen him in, and I've seen at least 3 or 4 of his dramas now, I think at least 3. I just love him in this drama. Gu Family Book is a fantasy drama about a gumiho, or a kind of forest deity, who has a child with a human, and that child is Kang-chi, who is played by Lee Seung-gi, who grows up not knowing that he is part forest deity and has certain gifts and abilities that most humans kind of frown at. Now that is like the nutshell version of this drama. Chae Jin-hyuk plays Lee Seung-gi's father in the drama, Hwarang, who is the forest deity gumiho, and he is absolutely epic in this drama. So many good things about this drama. It was one of the first dramas I watched. I think it was the second drama I watched, actually, and it is still like one of those nostalgic dramas that I absolutely love. If you love a good fantasy / historical with some nine-tailed fox themes thrown in, definitely give this a watch, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Keeping our historical drama theme going, I'm now going to put in my number 11 spot, River Where the Moon Rises. In-woo did such a good job with this character. In-woo's character in this drama is possibly one of my favorite K-drama characters, like top 10 for sure. He is a giant pacifist who happens to be amazing at swordsmanship. And he is just this giant lovable teddy bear of a character, and he gets paired up with this little spitfire of a girl. She is an incredibly talented swordswoman. I was immediately invested in the first 5 minutes of this drama. I loved the main characters. The basic gist of the story is that there are different kingdoms at war with each other, and these main characters get kind of caught up in the push and pull of that. It's a really beautiful drama, and if you like a K-drama with some really good, like, girl boss characters, ooh, they were good. There's some female warriors in this drama that are just so well done and so interesting and really believable, and I absolutely loved them. Coming in my number 10 spot is Tempted, once again starring Woo Do-won and Kim Min-jae and Kim Ga-eun. Those three just are magic in this K-drama. This is technically kind of it's a romance drama with a tiny edge of like mystery and stuff. But what I loved so much about this drama is the relationships between both the friends and the romantic partners was so well done. It felt real. You know how we watch those K-dramas and typically they're in the romance where the characters never communicate, and that's like where all of the conflict comes from. Tempted actually kind of turns that on its head where, yeah, there's some miscommunication or lack of communication, but overall, there's a lot of things that are said, and there are some fantastic boundary setting moments in this drama, and I was just so excited about it. This drama, the main trio of friends had me hooked again right away in the beginning of the drama. They had so much chemistry together, and I just love it. Do-won's romantic co-star is Joy from Red Velvet, who, again, a lot of people had a hard time with her in this drama. I personally think she did a really good job. I wasn't like Oscar-worthy performance, but I thought she did a phenomenal job opposite Do-won, and they were absolutely adorable together. Number 9 is an action-packed thriller K-drama, and that is Vagabond, once again starring Lee Seung-gi. Now, this drama is so good. It starts off with Seung-gi's character, Dalgon, who is an uncle trying to raise his nephew, and he's a hot mess. He's a stuntman, but he can't ever quite make enough for them to live comfortably. Then a horrible tragedy happens, and Dalgon is thrown into this kind of corrupt situation where he needs answers, and everybody's trying to cover things up, and it is so good. It's very fast-paced, tons of action from beginning to end, and just overall a really solid action adventure thriller drama. Another fun tidbit about Vagabond is that once again, Seung-gi is playing opposite Bae Suzy, who also played his co-star in Goo Family Book. And when I tell you that these two have some incredible friend chemistry, whenever they play opposite each other, it's awesome. They have great chemistry together, and it was such a joy to watch them again. Like, how often do we get to see that, where the same male and female lead get to play opposite each other again, that close together or at all? And I just really love these two together. If you're someone who hasn't watched K-dramas before and you're interested in something that's going to keep your attention and be really thrilling and exciting, Vagabond is an easy pick for me. Number 8 is Rain or Shine, which is also called Just Between Lovers. Now, this one is the story of two survivors of a building collapse, and both of them, both the male and female lead, are trying to deal with their trauma. They're in very different ways, and we kind of get a little bit more of the story throughout the drama. There is a little bit of romance in here that is really well done. The mental health themes through most of this drama are so beautifully handled. I really appreciated that. I had some issues at the end of the drama that I was kind of wishing they would have gone a different way with it, but overall, I really cannot say anything negative about this drama. It is just so powerful and beautiful, and there's a lot of heart. There's kind of a reluctant hero male lead that is really fun, and overall just a really solid drama. Number 7 is probably the most beautiful K-drama I watched all year, and that is Arthdal Chronicles. Now, this stars Song Joong-ki, who is an incredible actor, and he plays two characters in this drama. The basic premise of the story is that it's an ancient kind of history story where humans were battling this race of superhumans, basically. They're called the Neanderthals, and they are very strong, a little bit bigger than humans, and the two of them kind of tensely coexisted for a long time until the humans finally found a way to try to quote-unquote wipe them out. And as you can imagine, they didn't get all of them. This drama, I really hope, has a second season because it deserves the heck out of one, and with the cliffhanger they left us on at the end of season 1, they better, and it better have Song Joong-ki in it again. The main character is a character that you will fall in love with immediately, and when I tell you just the overall cinematography and design of this drama is absolutely beautiful, from the styling to the sets to the overall color of the drama. It's absolutely beautiful. If you are a fantasy fan and you have not watched this drama yet, please go watch it because it is absolutely amazing. Number 6 is The Devil Judge. This drama also stars Ji-sung, who again, I think is an incredibly gifted actor. It's set in a dystopian future Korea where certain organizations control everything and they are driving their country into absolute horrific circumstances. And so in order to try to appease the mob and the general citizenry, they decide to put on a TV show that's like the People's Court. They have a set of judges who are judging criminals, and the people, the general public, gets to vote on whether these people are guilty or innocent. So Devil Judge stars, besides Ji-sung, we also have Park Jin-young from GOT7 in this, who did a phenomenal job in his role and was a great contrast to Ji-sung's character. And then we have one of my favorite female performances of any K-drama I have seen this entire year. We have Kim Min-jung, who literally plays the most incredibly layered villainess I have ever seen. She is so good. And her opposite, Ji-sung, the tension and the way that this drama just built all the way through and revealed layers and layers of the characters and the corruption in the organizations was just so good. And the side characters, again, really strong side character performances, and you can tell that I'm getting really animated about this because we're getting into my top favorite K-dramas. This is such a good drama, and I wish that I heard people talking about it more. Alright guys, we have made it to my absolute favorite, the top 5 K-dramas out of all 30 that I've seen this year. Any of these dramas I will recommend pretty much without fail. You'll notice that a lot of them are historical dramas because that is something that I personally prefer, but they're all amazing and I just can't wait to tell you about them. Number 5 is The Crowned Clown. This drama is a Prince and the Pauper kind of theme where we have a king who's really struggling with his rule and he is a hot mess, and his loyal advisor finds this clown out on the street who looks exactly like the king and brings him in to kind of sit on the throne and look like the king so that the king can take a break and try to get his brain in order. Obviously, things start going wrong because there's a lot of corruption within the nobility and they're trying to take out the king and change things and all this stuff, and this poor clown who's been brought in to impersonate the king is getting more and more in-depth involved in what's going on in the kingdom, and it gets to be pretty messy, as you might imagine. This drama, Jingu, who plays the lead role in this, was so good. He plays 2 different characters, obviously, the king and the clown, and when I tell you that his performance alone puts this drama in the spot that it's in, I mean it. He just rocked the heck out of this role. It's a historical drama. The romance is absolutely heartbreakingly beautiful. So many things about this drama. In my opinion, one of the most underrated historical dramas in the last few years that has come out, and I really wish that people would take the time to watch it because it is so good, and it kept my attention pretty much at the same pace from episode 1 all the way through episode 16. Number 4 is Uncanny Counter. This drama is the embodiment of the word wholesome. I know that I've been using that word a lot in other K-dramas, specifically about different characters and relationships. This whole drama is just so wholesome. It features a motley crew of demon hunters, basically, who operate out of a noodle shop. They're all different genders, ages, and they are just phenomenal, and I love them all to bits and pieces. The female characters in this drama just did such a good job. Like, all four of the main characters were just, could not have been better. They were so well cast, they were so well acted. There's some great girl boss moments in this. The main actor is a younger actor, and I'm trying to remember his name. I'll put it down here because I can't think of it at the moment because my brain is full of so many K-dramas right now. He is a lovable to the absolute max character. He's a young man who is a cripple, and he is struggling with just where he belongs in life. He's dealing with a lot of past history tragedy, losing his parents, and he kind of gets adopted into this little family of people who go out and they basically defeat evil spirits. That's their job. They're like Grim Reapers for evil spirits, and it is so great. It has a fantastic superhero vibe to it. My husband is a big superhero underdog story fan, and he absolutely loved this drama. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. You need to go watch it because it's fantastic. Number 3 is It's Okay Not to Be Okay, which is starring Soo-hyun, So Ye-ji, and Oh Jung-se, and these three actors, let me tell you what. So we have Gang-tae, who is a young man who has been basically taking care of himself and his older brother, who is on the autism spectrum since they were little kids. They have come from a very traumatic background, losing their mother at a very young age. Gang-tae has always been the one who's had to be the adult in the family, even since he was a little kid. He's basically dealt with all of this by putting himself behind a mask and never letting his emotions come out. His older brother, Sang-tae, who is played by Jung-se, and honestly, this man deserves an Oscar for his performance in this drama. It was incredible. He also has a ton of trauma, and he has panic attacks and all sorts of other things and some triggers that we're shown throughout the story. These brothers just have the most beautiful relationship through the story, and their growth together and their opening up to each other is absolutely a thing of beauty. Opposite them, we have So Ye-ji, who plays this, like, the way a manic pixie dream girl, in my opinion, should be played. She is a hot mess. She has got her own set of horrible, traumatic events in her past, and she is a fairy tale author, and she is a problem child, and with a capital PC, okay? Like, she is a mess. She is very self-centered, and she's incredibly toxic in the beginning of this drama. However, what I love about her character is the growth in the drama that you see in her is beautiful, and Ye-ji played this role like an absolute queen. And I love it, love it, love it so much. The way that these three characters end up crossing paths is that Sang-tae, who's the older brother, loves fairy tale kids books, and Ye-ji plays his favorite author, and that's how they end up crossing paths, and the rest is history. It's a slightly darker drama, has a lot of dark themes in it. Again, mental health handled in a beautiful, beautiful way, phenomenal acting, some really heart-pounding and heart-wrenching moments, and I cannot recommend this drama highly enough. Alright guys, are you ready for my top 2 K-dramas? I'm so excited. Both of these dramas I love to the moon and back. I have seen both of them 2.5 or 3 times, and I love them. I love them forever and ever, amen. Okay, number 2 is Moon Lovers Scarlet Heart Ryeo. This is a masterpiece. You guys, when I say this drama is a masterpiece, both of my top 2 I would use that word for, obviously. This one is a sprawling epic about a bunch of brothers who are princes in a kingdom and a young woman who is thrown back in time, who finds herself randomly popping up in this royal family, and she is determined to try to thwart the long history of bloodshed that she historically knows this family has. Now, all of the princes in this drama are so incredibly distinct. One of the beautiful parts of this drama is that all of the main character princes are played by male lead actors. So you've got a whole plethora of talent in this group, and man, can you tell. Lee Joon-gi plays Prince So, who's for all intents and purposes kind of the main character prince, and this is the performance that earned him my spot as in my top 2 favorite actors of all time. He is such a good, nuanced, just tortured character actor. IU, who's a very famous Korean singer, plays Hae-soo, who's the main female character in this drama. It's a sprawling epic about this royal family and the effects of what it means to be in control, to have a throne, greed, family, love, betrayal. Oh, it's so good. I have an entire video talking just about the princes of this drama. I will link that in the description below if you're interested in watching that as well. I love this drama, and that's all I have to say. My favorite K-drama of all time, but it's not just my favorite K-drama of all time, it is my favorite TV show of all time. There is nothing from anywhere on the globe that beats this show. Okay, this drama is just so ingrained in my heart and soul that I could talk about it for days. I'm gonna do my best not to do that. You can expect that I will be doing at least a video, if not more, dedicated solely to the review of this drama because it deserves it. This drama is none other than My Country, The New Age. This drama stars Yang Sejong and Woo Do-won. This was the first experience I had with Woo Do-won, and his performance in this drama is legendary. I'm just gonna put it out there. It is absolutely legendary. It also stars Kim Sol-hyun, who plays the female lead, and also an incredibly seasoned and phenomenal actor, Jang Hyuk. All 4 of these actors just absolutely killed these performances. The side characters could have had their own drama by themselves because they were so good. This drama is kind of in the same vein as Moon Lovers, where it goes back in history and deals with kind of the time when Korea was still different kingdoms and was starting to become unified. But instead of focusing on the royal family of that time, it focuses on the people around the royal family. And at the heart of this story are Hui and Sunho, who are, without fail, the best bromance, the most heart-ripping friendship I have ever seen in television. I love it so much. I could talk for days about this. Anyways, we've got Hui and Sunho who grow up together. They're friends from childhood, and all of a sudden things start happening and corruption starts rearing its ugly head, and the 2 of them are horrifically ripped apart, and some horrible, awful decisions have to be made, and it just goes on for the entire 16 episodes. I felt like I couldn't breathe for 16 episodes. I devoured this drama. I think I watched it in a grand total of like 48 hours or less. I could not put it down. The betrayal, the friendship themes, the loyalty themes in this drama are just beautiful. The themes of what happens when you are willing to sacrifice anything to build your utopia or your country, my country, as a lot of the characters have throughout the drama. They mention what their country, what my country means to me, basically. There isn't anyone I wouldn't recommend this to. It's just an incredibly powerful story. It has left such a deep impact on me. I will be watching it over and over and over again for the rest of my life. I own it. This drama. And Woo Do-won, both him and Sejong as the lead actors, just beautiful performances. And I don't have words. Like, I do not have words to describe how good this drama is. So, without anything else to say about it, for now, I will be back on this topic, but for now, if you have not seen this drama and you even remotely love bromance, friendship themes, motley crew, historical, any of the above, please watch this drama. It is incredible. Well, we got through 30 dramas. I need a drink of water, obviously. It has been an amazing year of watching K-dramas. I would love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite drama of all time that you watched this year? Whatever you want it to be, let me know in the comments. I can't wait to chat with you guys about what you think of this list and any of the dramas that you've seen, loved, hated, etc. Yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a phenomenal week, and I will see you in the next video.